Hey everyone, and welcome back. Stay with me today as I walk you into the world of engine oil. In today's video, we'll be covering what it is, the types of engine oil that are available, and why it is crucial for your particular vehicle, and also the pricing trends here in Nigeria. So, whether you're a first time car owner or you've been owning cars since the beginning of time, today's video is going to offer valuable insights. Stay tuned. Your vehicle's engine is actually a complex machine with lots of moving parts, and essentially, engine oil is the lifeblood of your machine. What it does is that it lubricates components, it cools down engine parts, it reduces friction, and it also prevents contaminants from getting into your engine. Now, engine oil without proper lubrication, that is, without engine oil, your engine can actually overheat and sustain damage that is costly to repair. So, follow me as we're going to talk about the types of engine oil and which one is best for your car as well as the pricing. So, engine oil usually comes in three main types. The first one is mineral oil. Now, mineral oil is the most basic form and it is usually gotten from refined crude oil. It is affordable, it is cheap, and it usually goes for around 3,500 naira to 5,000 naira per liter. This is for quality mineral oil, that is. Number two is semi synthetic oils. Now, semi synthetic oils are made from a blend of mineral oil and synthetic stocks. So, stocks would be like the base of, when you're mixing chemicals, the base, it will be a combination of the two. Now, semi synthetic oils provide better protection, more better performance as well, and slight more lubrication than the mineral oil counterparts. They are in the middle of the price range. I would call them the middleman or the average, pretty affordable. Now they go from about 5,500 naira to 7,000 naira per liter. Now, that brings me to the third one. The third one is full synthetic oils. Now, these ones are designed for high performance engines and they also offer you extended drain intervals. They deliver superior lubrication and temperature resistance, and they reduce engine wear over time. These products can cost you between 7,000 naira to 9,000 naira per liter. With all that they offer, it's no wonder the price goes a little bit higher. But anyway, today I'm going to tell you it's important to always check your vehicle's manual actually to determine which oil is best suited for your engine because nobody knows the car better than the manufacturers who made it, right? Now, here are some factors you need to take into account when purchasing your engine oil. Number one is the base stock and the quality of the oil. Why do I say this? Because oils that usually have a mineral oil base are usually going to be cheaper, and then the ones that have a synthetic base are going to be slightly more expensive. So, which one is best for your pockets? You decide. Now, the next one is brand. Now, as we know, premium brands offer a lot more than usually all the other brands. They offer advanced additives and, longer drain intervals, and they typically command higher prices for that exact reason. So, take that into account. You want to save coins, look for cheaper brands. You want to splurge, then ask them to recommend you the best brand in this category. Now, the third factor you should be taking into account is market demand and supply. Now, we all know Nigeria is an ever fluctuating situation when it comes to our currency and even that of dollars. So, things like this are going to affect the price of engine oils, especially if they are imported or even if they are locally made. We have to take into account when things go up like that, transportation and logistics, etc., etc., distribution and logistics. Once again, distribution and logistics is going to affect the transportation cost, like I said, import duties, and just the availability of these products in general. Because when something is really scarce, there is a tendency for people to hike up the price and everything. And once again, all these factors that I mentioned with the transportation, import duties, things like that, they are going to affect the final retail price that we are going to see it for on the shelves. Inflation. Now, inflation affects most goods, whether that be engine oil, it is still going to be affected by inflation. Inflation is that thing that nobody can get away from. Now, when it comes to issues like how to choose your engine oil, I would actually recommend that it's best you ask yourself questions, and these questions would actually form like guidelines or guiding stars in the midst of your confusion. So, here are the questions I have for you to ask yourself when going shopping. The first question I'm going to tell you to ask yourself is, what does your car manual actually say about your car, about the type of engine that's needed? I would recommend always listening to your manufacturer specifications. So sometimes these specifications can have things as detailed as the viscosity level, or sorry, the viscosity grade of the oil that your car should receive. I've seen on the market that sometimes we have viscosity grades of 10W to 40, and then we have 5W to 30. And then you also have to check your manual to say whether is your car better, more compatible with synthetic oils or mineral oils. You decide. It's based on what is in the manual. Now, the next question you're going to ask yourself is, what are your driving conditions? When I say your driving conditions, you need to take into account of, are you somebody that is going to be frequently involved in a stop and go traffics like we have here in Lagos, where you could just be on a spot and for 1 hour suddenly it will move again? Or are you going to be somebody that goes on long highway journeys? Maybe you travel interstate. Things like that are going to be what you need to take into account. So these things will determine if most of the time, or are you somebody that is going to be experiencing extreme weather conditions, harsh conditions, maybe from like Hamatan, where it's really cold in the morning and then you get really hot in the afternoon or in the later days. So when you are involved in these sort of when you are involved in this sort of circumstances, a synthetic oil is better suited to you. That brings me to the next question you want to ask yourself is budget considerations. That is the money that is actually in your wallet. You must know that things that are usually mineral oil based or everything, they're usually cheaper, and actually mineral oil is adequate enough for older engine models and lower performance engines. But if you are somebody that is going to be let's see, using higher performance engines, or maybe newer model cars, then a synthetic oil is going to be better for you because it's going to offer protection in the long run. That brings me to the last question you want to ask yourself, which is oil change intervals. Now, when it comes to oil change intervals, you need to really think, are you somebody that you want to make as few stops at the service center, at your mechanic, as much as possible? Then I would recommend synthetic oils for you. They give you a longer interval between your changes, and it's going to give you that. But if you're someone that doesn't mind frequently visiting and befriending your mechanic or maybe your service repair center, then go ahead. So, by considering those questions that I just stated, you are going to have fuel efficiency and also improved performance over time. Now, moving on, like with everything in life, maintenance is key. I know I keep saying it almost every video, but it is the truth, because maintenance is going to be what will get you through. So, here are some maintenance tips to actually maximize your engine oil investment. The first tip I have for you is regular oil checks. You need to check your oil level at least once a month. Because why? Low oil levels can actually cause your engine stress and actually cause it to pack up in the middle of the road. And I don't want to experience that, and I'm sure neither do you. So number two is that I'm going to need you to stick to scheduled oil changes. Now, this one is for consistency's sake. Consistency is key. You don't want to confuse your car. So if you know that you're somebody that changes your oil every, let's see, you change your oil every 6 months in the year or every 3 months, I'm going to need you to do that consistently. every time. Calculate. If it's on the 10th of every 3 months, so be it. But you need to do that, okay? The next, the third tip I have for you is to use a quality filter. Now, this one, what I'm simply telling you is that when you change your oil, I'm going to need you to also replace your oil filter. Why? Because the purpose of a filter is to actually trap debris and dust from is to trap debris and dust, okay, while you're pouring your oil into your engine. So if you are putting in a fresh batch of engine oil and then your filter still has debris and dirt from it, it's just going to go into your engine and contaminate everything. My last tip is to keep an eye out for prices. Whenever you notice a discount or a drop, specifically on the synthetic, the fully synthetic, and the semi synthetic, I'm going to need you to capitalize on these discounts, which sometimes you can see online. You can check out Niger Spider and many others like us. You may be able to get lucky one day and see all of these things. So, because why? Synthetic blends or synthetic bases are usually more expensive. So, any way you can save coins, please do yourself that favor and save coins. So, you find out that by following these maintenance tips, your engine is actually going to remain lubricated and clean, which is going to extend the lifespan of your vehicle in the long run. So, in summary, what we have learned today is that in the Nigerian market, there's so many variations for engine oil. So whether that be the budget option, which is mineral oil, or the mid-range option, which would be your semi-synthetic oils, or your premium option, which would be your fully synthetic oils, there is always going to be something in the market for you. And these things are compulsory wherever you are, as long as you own a car. They are like the water to your car. If car were to be, a human being, you do need water to survive. So that's what engine oil basically is to your vehicle. Once again, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. And here's to hoping that your car engine runs smoothly henceforth after following some of the tips that you've seen in this video today. Bye.